Welcome back to another trade recap. In this one, we're actually going to be reviewing 4 trades I took between Thursday the 18th and Friday the 19th of December. This is a mix between evals, unfundeds for winning days, all them type of things. So we'll get into it straight away. First thing, this is Thursday. Price opened up. We had this 15-minute unfill gap down here, as you can see. That 15-minute gap was not already filled yet when I came on to obviously trade the session. That was my drawn liquidity as well as being equal lows down here. So equal lows and 15-minute unfill gap was where I was looking. Overall, I was quite actually bullish to this 4-hour unfill gap. But when we get a setup like this, it's a setup I can't resist taking, as it is too good a setup to not take, in my opinion. Due to swing off open, we left this 930 wick right here. There we go. That is what I'm looking for. The ideal trade here is this trade here, putting your stops probably at this here, tapping into the order block. We're respecting the order block, and then targeting here for 1.7R, using this line as break even. That's what I was looking for. But unfortunately, when I let price play, this candle tapped me out, swept the low, came back up, tapped me out, and then went down. So I got break even on this position. So that's the first trade, a break even trade to the 15-minute unfill gap. That's just what I have to do. I have to go break even at 930 wicks, especially 930 wicks. That's an area we could have simply reversed off and went back to the upside, as well as me having a feeling we were more bullish than bearish. Obviously my lower time frame draw was this wick here, but have to respect the 930 swing low. The next position I can enter if we get it is if we inverse this gap here with momentum. That is the last 1 minute gap on the leg down. I was interested in this position if we could get it. We ended up getting it, as you can see right here. We came back up, we had that dump down, came back up, and then we get it here. Flipping momentum, flipping momentum back downside. We tap into a 30-second gap, got the push down. I waited till price came up a little bit in the next candle, as you're going to see. Yeah, I waited a little bit. I could have put my stops at this order block, but since the draw was so clear right down there, all the way at about 0.3R, it wasn't even that. It was like 0.2R with the fill I ended up getting, actually. That's all. I needed 1.2R. I actually didn't get in this candle I got on the next one, so I think my stop loss might have been a small bit higher. I'm not sure exactly. You can see it on my TikTok. That's where I drew out when I was actually in the position. And then this candle here came back down, took me out, and went back the upside. And that made me 1K on my fund account for my last payout of 2026. Ideally, I actually have an account at max payout already. I'm getting winning days, as I've said, over the Christmas period probably. So that was our 4 payout of the week, I think it was. 4-figure payout of the week. So very good week on NASDAQ. They were the 2 trades on they're 2 trades I took on Thursday on funded. So I was done on funded. I still had an eval, and I was looking to trade that. As you can see, price is pushing to the downside. We get this push up here with this inverse here. We inverse on the 30 seconds somewhere inside this gap here. So that's what I ended up taking. The 30 second when I closed, so my entry was around there. Put my stops here, I think it was. Make sure I'm right in this. Am I right? Yeah, I am right. Getting confused. And I wanted to get this high here. My stops, my fill was actually lower. When you go on to the 30 second, this is where I got my entry. As you was seen on my TikTok as well, I obviously passed an EVA I don't really need, so I'm going higher funded on the account because I'm already max allocated. Use this high as your break even. This, in my opinion, is quite a riskier position. I'm going to tell you why. We had a sweep on liquidity here on the lower time frame. We did have SMT down here as well. But the one thing we don't have is that key area tap that I like. I would have liked this low here to go. Would have liked that low to go before this move. But when we started pushing up, the 30 second had no top wick as well. In my opinion, we're at least going to this high here before going lower. So it's a good eval winning day trade. I don't know what I've entered it on all my fund accounts. I obviously didn't. I'm not trading all my fundeds. I was only trading some alphas for December. So I ended up holding till basically had eval pass. So like 1.6R to this unfill 1 min gap. That would have been the place to hold for, in my opinion. And that was the second trade. So we went 2 from 3, 2 wins, 1 break even, 2 unfunded. So 1 win, 1 break even unfunded, and 1 eval trade. Friday, let's come in the market open. So we've just chopped around the last hour or the last day. It's Friday. We're not expecting much. There was this inverse here with momentum. Wouldn't have took that. So we end up getting this push up. We're pushing to the upside. Market open, in my opinion, is targeting these highs here. I'm going to mark them out and show what I was looking for. Oh, it just has to do that, doesn't it? Hold on, let me cut this. Right, so these are the highs I'm looking for. London high. These highs here. This high here. This high here. They're the highs I think price is going to go to, in my opinion. And as well, this high all the way up here. That'd be the highest time frame draw I'd be looking for. On a Friday, not expecting the high to go. So I'll get into what I actually was seeing. Price obviously comes down, pushes up. We're going to the upside. Sweet. Now, we get this move down here, as you can see, to the downside just pre-market, 27. We then get this long. I've seen a good few people enter here, targeting these highs here. Good trade, in my opinion. Obviously, if I'm taking a discretionary trade, I would like a break even in it, or I would like an inversion in it, or an inverse that is getting respected in some way. So price ends up pushing to the upside. So as I said, this is my higher time frame draw up here. My lower time frame draws, so the draws I expect to go quite quickly, have gone in 5 minutes in market open. So we get bias quite right. We end up getting this push up. Seen a few people enter on this as well. Not a bad entry in my opinion. But price, as you can see, chops down a little bit. Now we get this inverse to the upside. Inversing this gap. That's a trade I was looking at for a continuation long. But I wanted to see how price played out. If we started splitting to this high, I would have entered later on, as I can expect it to go. But as you can see, we're just chopping around a little bit. Price came and tapped into... Just didn't have this orb out, but left a wick respecting this inversion here. Clearly flipped momentum back to the upside. I needed one more candle of confirmation that we're going to the upside. I got it here when we closed above this high right here. As you can see, we just closed above that high. That is showing me we want to go back to the upside. That is where I entered. Put stops at this low, counting that as a protected low, and I wanted this high here to go. I ended up holding for 1.5 hour. On an eval, a lucid eval, I'm going to try them out. Lucid trading, I'm going to try them out. You can only make 50% in one day, so I need risk to K to make 1.5k. So I need to hold to that high on the lucid funded. I held to this high here on my account I need to get winning day on. So if you let price play out, 1, 2 candles, just getting in on the momentum on that position. That's a bit of a kind of knowing you're drawing liquidity, a discretionary move to the upside. 4 or 5 people took this in my Discord, so it's good to see everyone is starting to take similar positions. Some people banked on it. I think someone made 4k on it. Obviously, we tapped in this 3-min gap. The 5-min, very bad push to the downside. We didn't look like we're going to the downside. Going on to the 2-min, as you can see, we're consolidating, but we sweep below inside 2-minute gap. We're pushing back to the upside. Overall, we're looking very bullish to that high. That's when I entered, got in the momentum, and as you can see, it ended up playing out. So there were the 4 trades I took between Thursday and Friday. As I said, 2 trades on eval, 1 winning day. I've said what I took it on. That is 100% what I took it on. That is me trading basically all my funded accounts up until the 5th of January. As I've said, I will be trading some evals. I'm going to get some more funding with lucid funding and accounts like that, just to build up the portfolio capital over the Christmas period. As I'm still going to look at the charts some days I'm busy, some days I'm not. I'll just see. No pressure to get on the charts, and I'm going to get win days just to get that max payout out, because I only need 200-hour days and I already have the buffer built. Any questions, let me know. Text me on Discord is the easiest, or text me on Instagram or Discord. Free Discord is below. Links to mentorships and all that good stuff is below as well, so make sure to send me a message about that. If not, have a good Christmas period. This will be my last trade recap till probably the new year. So I'll see you in the next videos. I'm going to upload about education over the Christmas period. Peace out.